corner, and he brings it all the way back. Left tackle. Look at that. Got Lindquist open, coming across the middle. He breaks 2 tackles for the touchdown. Up the middle, but bounces it to the outside. Will Evans wide open. I'm not exactly sure. Sideline, and he's going to go. Touchdown. First play, the offensive play. It's a little swing pass to Ebert.
Good evening and welcome to Hopkinton High School for tonight's Tri-Valley League large division matchup between the visiting Holliston Panthers and your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Holliston is led by head coach Todd Kiley and captains T.J. Kiley, Joey Gentile, Pierce Alachi, Grant Harper, and Brady Sweeney. The Hillers are led by head coach Mark Sanborn and captains Braden Hicks, Robbie Hitcher, Kevin Prasanna, and Justin Sokol. As always, the Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans in attendance. Such actions include taunting, trash-talking, and berating of players, coaches, and officials. The Tri-Valley League has adopted a zero-tolerance policy. Warnings will not be issued. Offenders will be ejected. Please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Now, please turn your attention to midfield as Steve Simos will conduct tonight's ceremony.
Okay, may I have your attention, please? Tonight, as we welcome our TVL rival Holliston Panthers to Chick Welch Field at Dave Hughes Stadium, we are honoring another Hopkinton legend. Mr. E. Aubrey Doyle passed away earlier this year and left a void that will be hard to fill. Prior to the opening kickoff, we will have a brief ceremony in recognition of Mr. Doyle's service, accompanied by Hiller head coach Mark Sanborn. Members of the Doyle family are entering from the south scoreboard end zone. Please give them a warm Hopkinton welcome. Beyond a stellar 4 years as a Hiller student athlete, Mr. Doyle enjoyed an unparalleled career spanning 35 years at Hopkinton High School. His roles were diverse, and the impact he made in our community is truly remarkable. Over the course of tonight's game, during timeouts, PA announcer Corey Mills will be highlighting some of those extraordinary accomplishments. I'd like to draw your attention now to the north end zone by the doghouse. As much as Aubrey Doyle contributed professionally, he was first and foremost a Hiller fan. Many will remember Mr. Doyle as a fixture in his end zone seat as he watched decades of Hiller football. Unfortunately, last month, his wife of 66 years, Joan Doyle, also passed away. She was his rock. Her support allowed Aubrey the time and the ability to serve our community. Together they raised 7 children, 21 grandchildren, and 13 great-grandchildren, many of which are here tonight. Tonight we recognize this amazing couple by leaving 2 chairs in their honor. At this time, we'd like to call out 2 of those grandchildren and former Hiller quarterbacks, Jeff and A.J. Doyle. We forget. Hey, team, come on out. I forgot the team, the whole thing. We got a little group. You're good. Okay. Sorry about that. At this time, I'd like to call out two of those grandchildren and former Hiller quarterbacks, Jeff and Doyle, to throw out tonight's first passes. They will be received by Hiller senior captains Robert Lisher and Braden Hicks. Okay, you guys get 10 yards apart? All right, there we go. Nice. Now, fellow senior captains Justin Sokol, Kevin Prasanna, will present a commemorative football to Mr. Doyle's sons, Aubrey, Brendan, and Tim, as well as flowers to his daughters, Colleen, Lisa, and Julie, and granddaughters, Casey, Kelly, and Brianna.
Is going to sing the national anthem out here.
I do.
She's here with me. I got it.
And now finally, we'd like to have Mr. and Mrs. Doyle's children participate in tonight's coin toss. So if the teams could go to their respective sidelines, we'll have the coin toss and then proceed with the national anthem. Good luck, Coach. Somebody's got to flip. Can I have the captains for both teams to center of the field?
Hello.
You're wearing wings.
I am a fairy.
How about that? Yeah.
Either one.
Okay, guys, shake hands. All right, guys, I'm Mr. Groh. I'm the referee for tonight's game. You obviously are the captains of your teams. You're in that position because you demonstrate leadership ability. Let's put that leadership ability on display here tonight. For instance, you see someone on your team doing something you know is wrong, you can correct them for nothing. If we correct them, it's flags, it's yardage. You don't want that. You want a good, clean, hard-hitting football game. Understand? Sorry. Good. Holliston, you're the visitors. You're gonna call the toss. This is heads. Football is tails. It is tails. Oh, I'm sorry. Just go to defer. Hopkinton has won the toss. They defer. They're going to want the ball. You're going to put it's back that way. Okay, all right.
So you'll go do normal.
See you in a couple of weeks.
You're going to hang in front of
Congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah, Coach, can they see?
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Let's go, baby!
Line up for the anthem. Go, line up on the side.
Steve, go, please.
Come in here. Come on.
Ladies and front.
All in the six smile, big smiles. Brandon, not a goofy smile. Come on. That's all I got. That's all I got. Love you too.
The summer's gone and gone.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your attention. We ask you now to stand as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Performing the anthem tonight will be Hopkinton senior Libby Herlihy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to David M. Hughes Stadium for Hopkinton Hillers varsity football as the 6-1 Hopkinton Hillers host the 6-1 Holliston Panthers. Tom Nappy on the call alongside Wally Henneberry, and pretty much all the marbles are on the table for this game. The winner of this game will clinch the TVL Large title and have a much better chance at the postseason. As I welcome in Wally as we get set for kickoff, the Hillers, they pretty much need to win this game to get that postseason spot because of the MIA tournament format. So a big game here tonight.
Yeah, it certainly is. Both teams, one loss. Like you said, it's for all the marbles, looking for a playoff spot, and I'm sure whoever wins will have a better playoff seed if they were both to get in. So this game is really important for both teams.
It certainly is, as Avery Ravitch tees it up. The Hillers in their alternate orange jerseys, Holliston in their away white jerseys with the red numbering. And we are set for Friday night football here at David M. Hughes Stadium as Ravitch sends it end over end back to about the goal line. It's going to be a return up the far side and taken to about the 23-24, and that is where the Holliston Panthers will start.
Yeah, nice kickoff by Ravitch all the way to the goal line. That's a nice deep kick. You like to see good coverage on that and keep them back before the 25. So, that's about what they wanted, I think.
We'll get a chance to see this Holliston offense that has put up a lot of points this season. They have taken down some great teams as well. They had a pretty hard schedule. Holliston out of D4 played a lot of D2 and 3 teams, and we'll certainly talk more about that later as they are going to line it up out of the gun with 3 receivers spread out to the right of TJ Kiley, who is the captain and quarterback and the son of the coach. And he'll throw this up the middle, and right off the bat, it is going to be a touchdown for the Holliston Panthers. Andrew Dennison takes it 76 yards to the house, and that is not the way you want to start, Wally.
No, that's it. They just took a deep shot right down the middle, and there was no safeties deep. He was behind the secondary right when he let go of the ball. All he had to do was catch it and run. That's a tough way to start the game right there.
Well, the Hillers defense clearly wasn't ready to go as they left Dennison wide open, just burning up the middle of the field. And that's a great play call by the Holliston Panthers. Make sure the opposing defense isn't sleeping, and that time they were clearly sleeping.
Yeah, a lot of teams, they script their first series, and I'm sure that play was scripted right out of the gate, but the defense was really so far up on the line, kind of expecting a run.
1 play, 1 touchdown, and the extra point is good as Kawalima sends it through, and it's 7-0. Holliston Panthers.
Now the important thing now is to see how Hopkinton answers, with their own offense. Whether they really need to come out with some points on this drive.
They certainly do. You do not want to not respond to that.
Yeah, and then
takes
if you don't,
sails.
Holliston gets the ball back, and they might double up their advantage this early in the game, and you really don't want that.
Well, the Hillers need to brush that off and get ready to go offensively as Holliston will kick off. 20 seconds into this game, a 7-0 Holliston Panthers lead. Teeing it up for the Panthers. Look like number 74, who's not listed on the roster. Well, that is going to be sent sailing. That is Kawalima, number 14.
Kind of a short kick to the 15. Good run back so far. And he's got it down there to the 35.
That's some nice starting position for the Hillers, who will work right to left across your screen. And we'll see what this Hiller offense can challenge this very stingy Holliston defense with. As Robert Litcher out to the huddle, and they are set to go. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun with a man in the backfield, 2 receivers to either side. A nice night here tonight, temperatures in the 50s, a slight chill, perfect football weather. As this is caught and taken up the far sideline to about the 38-39. That was Seamus Murphy.
Yeah, nice little completion just to get started. So picked up about 3 yards.
That brings up 2nd and 7 for the Hillers. Well, this Hopkinton offense, they are certainly versatile. They could run the ball, pass pretty well. They have some great targets. And they can also mix it up when they need to.
Yeah, they've got to spread out wide here with 4 receivers out here and a running back.
And he is going to hand it off, a run up the middle, doesn't get very far. On the carry that time, it is Cooper Fossbender, the junior.
Yeah, 4 receivers out there didn't really fool Holliston that time. They went with the run up the middle, hoping to kind of catch Holliston with their smaller defense out there, but it didn't really make a difference. They sniffed it right out and stopped it right on the line of scrimmage.
That brings up 3rd and 7, and first couple plays for the Hillers, we've seen Cooper Fossbender out there, and he's going to remain out there as the running back. 2 receivers to either side. Litcher calls it out and takes the snap. Looks to his left, throws to his left, incomplete. Off the mark, intended for Sam Pantera.
He had plenty of time there, and nice protection on that. He had plenty of time to throw. Too bad he couldn't connect there. Now this is just really what you didn't want, to give the ball back to Holliston this early. 3 and out right off the bat here.
Yeah, he had time. He had good protection in the pocket, and it seemed like he kind of rushed the throw. A pair back to receive for the Holliston Panthers as Ravitch is set to kick it away. You got Koalima to the left. Ravitch takes the snap, and he'll send it straight in the air. It'll drop down at the 31 and be fairly caught by Lima.
Fairly caught, exactly. Call for a fair catch, and he fairly caught it.
Just a reminder, the doghouse
And
is
the
open for
Panthers
this week's special
will start at their own 31-yard line, already up 7-0, and a chance to really get momentum in their favor if they could be successful on this drive.
Yeah, I'd like to see Hopkinton again a little bit deeper in their secondary here. The safety's back a little bit further. You don't want to get caught again too close to the line of scrimmage and have the receivers get behind him again.
How about that legal seafood? Not bad.
This Panthers offense features a number of targets that they will often go to. Andrew Dennison, one of the more dangerous targets. He had the 74-yard touchdown to start off this game. Is Kylie going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left? He'll move the back over, and he is going to drop the snap and be brought down by Sokol in the backfield all the way back at the 19-yard line.
That's sacked by Justin
There you go.
Sokol.
A bad snap, but really Sokol really blew right through his blocker there. It didn't really give Holliston any time to pick up that ball and do anything with it.
That is Justin Sokol's 4th sack of the season. He has been tremendous this year for the Hillers and is just such a big threat up front for that Hiller defense. Kylie going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left. Receiver in tight to his right. Takes a snap. He'll throw this screen, and it's going to be taken up the far side, and it is going to be a first down, or almost a first down, as he's brought out of bounds along the far sideline. It looked like he was going to be brought down after a short gain, but was able to get back up and keep going.
Yeah, a nice wide receiver screen there. Good blocking. I thought they had him down at about the original line of scrimmage, too, and some kind of hesitation over there, and then he kept going for another 10 yards.
That was Andrew Dennison.
Or another 6 yards.
So Andrew Dennison already with 84 yards receiving. Out of the gun they go once again. 3 receivers to his right. He'll roll to his right. Throws upfield, and it's bobbled and nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of Dennison, and Braden Hicks nearly had it.
Yeah, pass a little high through the receiver's hands. Oh, Hopkinton almost came up with the interception, but they'll force the punt here.
A good stand by the Hiller defense.
Definitely, even on that one play with a lot of yards, they still kept him from getting that first down.
And this defense has been terrific in a lot of big moments this season. They're going to have to be good here. Holliston will line up and punt it away, more than likely, that is. You never know with the Panthers sometimes. They'll send this one straight up in the air. It'll fall down at the 37 and take a Holliston hop to about the 34, where Lavalnet will return it for a couple yards. So the Hillers get the ball back. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left to go.
Yeah, now they've got another chance to do something here.
Both teams exchanging punts, minus the one play and a touchdown for the Panthers to start off this game. And Wally, it's tough to tell what kind of game this is going to be. You got 2 teams that both feature really good defenses, really good offenses. Will you get a balance? Will it be a shootout? Or will it be a defensive affair? We shall see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Litcher out of the gun, takes the snap, throws to his left, hauled in by Paul Litcher. And he takes that one up to about the 42-43, so a nice pickup there of several yards.
Yeah, that was similar to the play where he missed fired on the last drive. He had a lot of protection throughout in the left flat. This time he had a receiver there. So the offensive line is showing a little bit of, little something there, giving him good protection a couple of times he tried to throw, which is nice.
Litcher to Litcher for 5, and it's 2nd and 5 as the Hillers will line it back up.
I was going to say a short 5.
All right, I'm being told it's 2nd and 3, so it was several yards. And he'll take the snap, fake the handoff, takes it up the middle, finds a little bit of room as he continues to just knock down defenders and fights his way to about the 34 in Holliston territory.
Great quarterback draw there. That looked like a design draw play from the quarterback, and he followed his blockers. He wasn't trying to go as fast as he could. He was really kind of reading the play in front of him. That was a great job.
It's about a 23-yard pickup for Robert Litcher. And I think that's something that you may see a whole lot of today, Robert Litcher running the ball. He certainly has a lot of power, and the way he just kind of barreled his way through defenders there was very impressive.
Yeah, if he can do that a few times, that would really give them a spark.
He'll line it up out of the gun once again with a man in the backfield. He'll hand it off, and it's going to be taken by Cooper Fossbender for a few yards. A nice gain there for Fossbender, who seems to be the starting running back today.
Cooper Fossbender with the run of about 5 yards, setting up a 2nd and 5.
And they're going to mark him for about 5 yards there. Back up to the line they go. It is Fossbender in the backfield, Litcher out of the gun. 2 receivers spread out to either side. Motion left to right. And he is going to hand it off to the man in motion, Seamus Murphy, on the end around, and he picks up a yard or 2.
Yeah, a little bit there on the wide receiver sweep. Now it looks like about a 3rd and 3.
And we'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Hillers. Marked at the 26-yard line. Out of the gun they go once again with Fossbender in the backfield. Receiver spread out to either side. He'll take the snap, and he's going to throw, and he connects with Sam Pantera. Pantera fighting his way forward, and he's brought down pretty close to the 10-yard line. A big gain there.
Boy, the Holliston defender saved a touchdown right there. If he had wiggled through, he was gone.
And that'll be a key target today for the Hillers. Get it to the big man, Sam Pantera.
Yeah, nice connection. A little bit of misdirection there on the play action. Nice, led the receiver really well. And like I said, he had one guy to beat, and he was lucky. The defender was lucky to get a hold of him.
It was about a 15-yard pickup for Pantera. Up to the line they go. This Hiller offense working relatively quickly. Motion left to right. He'll take the snap, hands it off, a run up the middle, and that's going to be good for 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, nice little run right up the middle. Barreled in there, knocked the line down for about 3 yards.
And on the carry that time was, once again, the junior, Cooper Fossbender.
Cooper Fossbender with the run up the middle.
And I think we're going to see a whole lot of Fossbender tonight, a big, powerful running back with some great speed.
Yeah, it looks that way tonight. They're really featuring him.
2nd and goal from the 6. Litcher out of the gun, Fossbender in the backfield. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off on the misdirection, and it's taken their side into the end zone. Touchdown, Hillers! A 6-yard touchdown run by Seamus Murphy.
That's a great way to answer what Holliston did, and that's a fantastic looking play there. He's running off to the right with his running back like an option play, and they got a guy cutting right across right in front of him. He goes left with the ball. The other 21 guys were going to the right side.
And that was a drive that took about 4.5 minutes off the clock and resulted in a touchdown. And Avery Ravitch ties it up. It's all even at 7 apiece. Well, it was a rough start for the Hillers, but what a great turnaround.
Yeah, they really answered, which is nice. This is what you wanted on their first drive, but their defense stood up when they had to give up the ball, and then they come back and they answer with a nice long drive and a touchdown. They looked really good on that drive.
They certainly did.
Running the ball and passing the ball. Offensive line looking good.
Well, this is the type of game that you're probably not going to score on every drive, but if your defense can come through and you can keep the game close, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, and if the offensive line keeps playing like this, that'll really help their whole game.
The last time the Hopkinton Hillers beat the Holliston Panthers was all the way back in 2017. They snapped an 8-game losing streak against Holliston and took them down 12-8. And that year they went all the way to the state semifinals as well. And just had a terrific postseason run. And that's what they are hoping for this year. Holliston has beat the Hillers the last 4 times these teams have met.
Yeah, Holliston's usually just a little too much for Hopkinton to handle, but it's nice when Hopkinton rises up and can meet them.
Ravitch tees it up and is set to kick it away. A great crowd on hand here tonight. A very big Holliston turnout, and of course, as expected, a huge Hopkinton turnout. Ravitch sends it beautifully end over end all the way back to about the 3-yard line. The return is going to be up the far side. It's Edison. He has wheels, and he takes it all the way to about the 38-39.
Yeah, you kind of hope you could pin them deep on the kickoffs, and but they have a good return game so far that we've seen. And that's a nice return. You really don't want to give Holliston a short field to work with. You want to keep them back deep in their own end.
And he's marked officially at the 37. So the Holliston offense comes back out looking to retaliate from that Hiller touchdown to tie things up. Kylie going to line it up out of the pistol with a man in the backfield. The receiver spread out to his right. He'll take the snap, and he's going to hand it off, and it's a run for a couple.
Yeah, that's a short run, maybe a yard or two. Hopkinton was right there to meet him.
That brings up second down.
They really gave him less. They gave him, a yard. So looking at 2nd and 9 now.
And that was Kevin Sahajian on the run.
They're really bunched up in a power formation here. They look like they want to run. But you never know.
Out of the pistol they go once again. He throws the screen, and it gets nowhere. Brought down for perhaps a small loss is Devin Harding.
Sniffed out by Justin Sokol there.
And how about Justin Sokol? Just so key pretty much anywhere on that defense, and that's his 13th solo tackle of the season. He has 25 overall. He is the team leader in stops.
Not only is that a solo tackle, I think that was a one-handed tackle.
Well, one of his hands is about 4 of ours.
Yeah, it does the job of 2.
And congratulations to Josh Sokol, who made the New York Giants practice squad this past offseason. And it looks like we're going to get a delay of game on Holliston. That's going to push them back 5. Oh, it was the Minnesota Vikings, excuse me. The Holliston Panthers offense seems a little bit disoriented right now.
Yeah, they seem like they're stunned by the touchdown by Hopkinton.
Dennison is going to line it up out of the pistol. As quickly coming off the field was Brendan McGowan.
Yeah, he almost hit the stands before he stopped.
Takes the snap under pressure by Sokol, rolls to his left. He'll throw upfield, and it is going to be... Was that caught? No, incomplete.
There's a flag in the backfield. Looks like possibly a holding.
Yeah, we're going to get a hold against Holliston. And Kylie was in big trouble and was able to roll to his left, but A pretty clear hold on the Panthers' front line.
And he must have known the flag was there, 'cause he really just threw that up for grabs.
And the Hillers are going to decline the penalty, since that will bring up
fourth down.
Fourth down, right? Holliston will once again punt it away, facing a 4th and 18 on a drive that they were able to start from their own 37, but at the end of it, they're at their own 29. Great work by the Hiller defense once again.
Yeah, assuming that Holliston actually punts it, that's a great showing by Hopkins defense, that drive right there. Drove them backwards every play, I think, except for the first one, which was only 1 yard.
Colby Leonette back to receive, and I think the Hillers had too many on the field. Braden Hicks was trying to run off desperately. And this is going to cost them 5 yards.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't change Holliston's mind about punting.
Well, considering it's 4th and 18, I doubt it. Or excuse me, 4th and 13 now. It was 4th and 18. So they're at the 34-yard line to punt it away now. If you're the Hillers, these are mistakes you have to avoid, though. We already saw at one point McGowan had to come running off the field real quickly.
Right.
Now it's called back.
Picking up the flag.
Was that another delay game, or was that just picked up?
I think he just picked up the flag.
All right, so no penalty on the Hillers. He'll take the snap. It's going to be a wobbly short punt that lands at the Hillers 45. Holliston going to let it roll to about the 38, so the Hillers offense will come back out and have good field position.
That was a little dangerous. That punt was so short. The Hillers had their backs to it, thinking it was going to be further, and almost hit one of the Hiller players. And that would have been a live ball. They got a little lucky on that, even though it was a nice short punt for us.
Well, the Holliston punts so far have not been impressive, so that'll be something to keep an eye on if you're the Hillers.
Right, we say it every week, what a luxury it is to have a kicker and punter like Avery Ravage.
A lot
every
of
team
teams
is
don't
blessed
have
like that, yeah.
Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Receivers in tight to either side. And he is going to take the snap. He's under pressure, rolls to his right. And he's still on his feet, able to find some room. Cuts to the near side at midfield, the 40. And he is brought down at around the 35. Turning nothing into a big something is Robert Litcher.
Yeah, he had a little bit of time. Nobody was open. Then the pocket collapsed. Looked like he was going to be done for at one point, and he was able to scramble for about 30 yards.
It looked like he was going.
Penalty.
It looks like we had a late holding call come in. It's going to be a block in the back. Coach Sanborn is enraged right now. Not happy about that call. So erase that big gain by the Hillers.
It is a block in the back on the Hopkins Hillers.
Yeah, that's too bad that erased such a nice play.
Hopkinton pushed back to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it could have been worse. You know, they mark it back from the spot of the foul.
And that brings up 1st and 13 to go. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. In the backfield is Cooper Fossbender. Receiver spread out to either side. Hicks to the right, Murphy to the left. Takes the snap, hands it off to Fossbender. Up the middle, still fighting, but can't find any room, and he's brought down at around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Holliston was ready for that one. They had the line stacked ready for him.
That brings up 2nd down and 13 to go. Well, they gave him a yard, so 12 to go. Up to the line they go. Litcher once again out of the gun. Two receivers to his left with Fossbender in the backfield. He'll call it out, takes a snap, backpedals, under pressure, throws to his left, and he connects. And it's going to be Charlie Petruni bailing out Litcher, and he actually found some good yardage out of that. It looked like he was going to be brought down after a very short gain, but able to fight his way to about the 46.
Yeah, he caught that at about the original line of scrimmage. Looked like maybe minimal gain, and he was wearing a guy, and he took him for a ride. That was a great catch. He was really had the defender draped on him.
That brings up 3rd down and 2 to go.
Yeah, it looks like a long 2. Almost 3.
Litcher brings the offense up to the line.
Yeah,
Spread out to his
quickly.
Spread out to his right is Pantera, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout. They took a while to get back up to the line, so some confusion on the Hillers offense as they'll take the timeout. 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and that gives us a chance to run through the TVL standings. In the TVL large, Hopkinton, Holliston, and Westwood all 6-1. Ashland and Norwood 3-4. Medfield 1-6. TVL small, you got Dover Sherborne leading the way at 7-0, and congratulations to Dover Sherborne. They have clinched the TVL small title. Bellingham and Millis at 4-3. Dedham 3-4. Medway 1-6, and Norton 0-6.
Still looking for their first win.
They've had a tough schedule.
Yeah, I guess so.
And
in the TVL large, it's a big lead that Westwood, Hopkinton, and Holliston have over the rest of the league.
It certainly is. Hopkinton and Holliston both own the tiebreaker over Westwood, so it'll be the winner of this game taking that title.
Ooh, the ball's down.
It's going to be a run.
Ball's down.
Up the middle, the ball came out, and did Holliston recover?
They think so.
And it looks like the Panthers are going to have it. So that is not what you want to do. You had some great momentum, and then you cough up the football.
Yeah, that handoff was tough. It never made it into Fossbender's hands.
So fumble recovery by the Holliston Panthers, and the defense will have to go back to work.
Now you're giving Holliston a short field, even shorter. They're at midfield here.
It'll actually be in Hiller territory at the 49. 22 seconds left in the first quarter. And it is going to be Kiley out of the gun with a back to his right. And he is going to hand it off. A sweep to the near side. That won't get very far. And in on the stop, that was Paul Litcher. Brady Sweeney was the running back.
Yeah, great stop by Litcher there. Really met him right at his waist, stopped him dead. Yeah, a couple yards, and then they stop him.
We'll give him some forward progress. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 once we resume in the second quarter. But right now, at the end of one, it's Hopkinton 7, Holliston 7. And this looks like we have ourselves a great battle here, as expected.
Yeah, we got a real game here. Both teams have had some success here, and also the defenses have stood up for both teams really well.
This is the 72nd time these two teams have met. Overall, Holliston is winning the rivalry as they have defeated Hopkinton 42 times. The Hillers have gotten 28 out of the 71 games. And there was a tie at one point between these two.
You always got to remember there's got to be ties in there in these rivalries.
The other TVL matchups that are going on tonight that we will try to update you on throughout the broadcast include Dover Sherborne at Norton, Bellingham at Millis, Dedham at Medway, and Westwood at Norwood. It is an all TVL night in the TVL. And this is the last week of regular season play. Next week you'll have the non-playoff and playoff system starting up. Holliston Panthers going to line it up out of the gun. Kiley with a man in the backfield, and he's going to go play action, throws up the middle, and he connects with Joey Gentile, the senior.
Yeah, I like to see that Hopkins had a deep safety right there. He caught it already down, but they had the safety back there. He was the only one left, but at least they had the protection back there.
And that was a pickup of 19 yards on the reception up the middle. A nice gain for the Panthers. Kiley out of the gun once again in the backfield. That's Devin Harding. Receiver spread out to either side. Hands it off to Harding. Harding going to try to go near side, and he's dragged down by Devin Canty.
Yeah, great play by the defensive line there. Canty and Sokol really are just powering through their blocks and getting into the backfield.
That is going to be a loss of 2.
Loss of 3 on the
And
play.
that'll bring up second down. And it was loss of 3, so second and 13 to go. And Canty has racked up some great numbers as well throughout the season. He has now 19 tackles, 13 assisted, 31 overall. Certainly one of the team leaders of this defense. Kiley takes the snap, dragged down in the backfield. Didn't even have a chance. Getting in there was Colby Lavelet along with Devin Canty.
Hopkinton line just overwhelmed the Holliston offensive line in that play. They rolled them over backwards, and they were all on top of the quarterback in an instant.
And that brings them all the way back to the 45-yard line. That is a loss of 8.
That's a big one right there. That was a real big play.
The defense has to make one more stop here in order to force the punt. Kiley out of the gun with a back to his right. Takes the snap, throws to his right. He connects. And free is Brady Sweeney along the far side, and he is going to be brought down. And it was a great stop by the Hiller defense. It looked like Sweeney was going to escape, but then all the pressure was able to get to him and take him to the ground.
Yeah, he caught that going east to west, and he was looking for an opening, and he couldn't find one. And he ran all the way to the sideline before he was overwhelmed.
Ends up being a pickup of only 5 yards. And that is not enough, more than likely, for Holliston to try another play here. They're going to bring out the punting unit.
Again, assuming they actually punt it, that's another great stand by the Hopkins defense.
It looks like that's TJ Kiley who's out there to punt it away. And he's going to take the snap, and it's going to be a short punt that'll fall at the 25, but take a nice Holliston roll to about the 16, 17-yard line, and the Hillers offense will come back out onto the field.
Much like the last punt, we were just talking about that over here. The short punts are catching the Hopkins with their backs to the ball, and they're going to get hit with one, and it's going to be a live ball.
And the Holliston fans are cheering hard. Did they recover?
I think that's what they're saying happened.
It looks like they're saying Holliston recovered.
The ball hit a Hopkins Hiller, recovered by Holliston.
So
that's
it's
what I was
Panthers
afraid
ball
of.
and a first down.
18 for the
These are the
Panthers.
mistakes you cannot make against this Holliston team. You're just about to get the ball back, and now Holliston has a fresh set of downs, and they're all the way up to your 18. Kiley out of the gun. In the backfield, that is Harding. He'll take the snap, rolls to his right under pressure, and he gets rid of it just before he's brought down by none other than Justin Sokol.
No grounding.
Play by number 75, Justin Sokol.
I'm surprised there's no grounding on that play.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Kiley is mad about, the Holliston Panthers head coach.
I know Coach Sanborn was looking for the flag.
That should have been grounding. I don't even think there was a receiver in the area.
And he wasn't outside the tackle box.
Right. That brings up 2nd and 10 from the 18. Kylie going to line it up out of the gun. Harding is to his right. Takes the snap. Play action, rolls to his left, throws towards the end zone, and it is going to be caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Andrew Dennison on the 18-yard touchdown reception.
A great catch. Great catch. That's too bad. Hopkins' defense has been playing so well that whole drive. But that was a great throw and a great catch in the end zone.
That mistake on the punt return, giving Holliston the ball back, it certainly costs the Hillers here. Out for the extra point is Kawalima, and he will be no good on the extra point. The score will remain Holliston 13, Hopkinton 7.
All right, let's see again. We're going to say it again. Let's see if Hopkinton can answer.
And Wally, what's so frustrating for the Hillers is this is a game where your defense is playing well, your offense is playing pretty well, but it's special teams that has been the big issue.
Yeah, definitely. They've had a couple of bad penalties, but hopefully they can overcome all that.
Perhaps you're better off just lining up everybody out of the way of the punt.
Well, you know, the first half of the season, that really is how they handled the punt returns. They had one guy back, and he pretty much ran away from it. You know, it didn't give them an opportunity to lose the ball on a play like that.
Well, now the offense will have to come up with something to respond as Kawalima tees it up and is set to kick it away. And Lima is going to send this one end over end back to about the 10-yard line. It's dropped, then picked up. And not a big return at all. And yet another mistake on special teams. And on the return that time, that was Joey Carazza.
Yeah, now they're pinned back where you want on our kickoffs to pin back Holliston. They're back there.
They'll start off from their own 16-yard line. And they have some work to do. So Joey Carazza in the game. First time we've really seen him. A whole lot of Cooper Fossbender to start things off. Motion left to right. And here goes Carazza. Carazza escaping a tackle, but can't find any room, and he's brought down. It looks like for a small loss back at the 15.
Yeah, he got away from one guy, managed to get a couple of yards, and then was tackled.
Give him a little forward progress up to the 18.
Looks like maybe 2.5, 3 yards.
3 yards. Gain of 2 on the carry. 2nd and 8.
Gain of a couple for Carazza. 2nd and 8 for the Hillers. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Carazza in the backfield. 2 receivers spread out to either side. Takes the snap. Looks to his left. He'll throw the screen to Carazza. Carazza going to be surrounded by defenders, able to fight his way for maybe a yard or two.
Pass is complete.
And he caught it at around the 20 and fought his way up to about the 22.
Yeah, he's good at getting rid of the first tackler, but then there's too many guys right after. There's too many guys right after the first guy. He can't really explode out.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 8.
Oh, I marked him for no gain there. That brings up 3rd and 8. The Hillers need a big play here to extend this drive. Litcher out of the gun. Carazza in the backfield, motion left to right, takes the snap. And he's under pressure, rolling to his left, and he gets rid of it. Up the sideline, and it's dropped.
Oh.
It looked like it was right in the arms of Paul Litcher, but he could not hang on.
Pass is incomplete.
It did hit him right around the waist. That's a tough one.
They will bring out the punting unit. And it's really been all about mistakes tonight for Hopkinton.
Yeah. And the defense has to really make up for some of the offense and the special teams mistakes.
That was a good pass.
It was a great pass, and he was under duress too, and he still got rid of it and put it right on the money.
6 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in this first half. Ravitch set to punt it away, and it'll get off a good one. That'll sail to the 44-yard line, and here comes the return by Andrew Dennison up the far side, and he's going to get a pretty nice return up to about the 39, 38-yard line.
About 17 yards on the return.
Andrew Dennison, certainly a player you have to keep an eye on if you're the Hillers. Whenever he gets the ball in open field, he is certainly dangerous.
He sure is. And now you're starting, again, you're losing the field position battle here with Holliston starting in good field position each time lately. Hopkins is starting deep in their own territory. That's tough. You want to tilt that back the other way if you can.
Up to the line go the Panthers, looking to add on to their lead. Kiley going to line it up, out of the gun with Harding to his right. 3 receivers to his left, takes the snap, throws to his right. It's caught by Harding at the 40, and then taken to about the 45 before he is brought down by Kevin Prasanna.
And the Hopkins defensive line looked good there. They beat their assignments, and they were getting to the quarterback, but that was like a design screen, middle screen.
Pick up a 4, second and 6. TJ Kiley and the offense up to the line. He'll line it up out of the gun. And he's going to hand it off. Here goes Harding, finding some room, bursting up the middle. Brought down at around the 20. On the stop for the Hillers was Andrew Budden.
Yeah, that's a nice little 15-yard run there. For a second, I thought he might break it all the way through.
This Hiller defense has been relied on heavily, and they have been forced on 2 different occasions to stay on the field extra time because of special teams mistakes. Kiley going to line it up this time with an empty back set. 4 receivers to his right. Takes the snap, rolls to his right, under pressure, and he gets rid of it just before Sokol got in there, and that was dangerous. Nearly intercepted by Prasanna.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be an interception there.
By number 75, Justin Sokol.
Great pressure by Sokol.
It certainly was, and you could tell Holliston had some confidence there, going with 4 receivers on that right side. Not a lot of protection for Kiley.
Yeah, didn't have a running back there to pick up anybody coming through. Yeah, he was going to roll out and get rid of it.
Well, one of the keys to this game, too, is going to be to give your defense a breather. They've been out there for quite a while already.
Yeah, they've been playing really well, but you don't want them wearing down by the end of the game.
Kiley out of the gun once again with Harding in the backfield. And he is going to hand it off to Harding. Harding bursting up the middle, and he's brought down at around the 5.
Another good run.
We'll mark him officially at the 6, a 13-yard pickup.
Goal with Panthers.
Well, this Holliston run game was ineffective to start off this game, but they are starting to find some space. And the big man, Devin Harding, starting to pick up some good yardage for this Panthers offense.
Yeah, he really has a couple of big runs, just so we've seen in the last minute.
That moves the chains. First and goal from the 5 for Holliston. Kiley out of the gun once again. Harding in the backfield. And he'll give it off. No, he's going to go play action. Rolls to his right under pressure. And he'll fall all the way back at around the 19-yard line. A big mistake there is on his tail. was Evan Van Beek along with Justin Sokol.
Yeah, he was scrambling around back there, and he looks faster than the guy chasing him, and he just slipped and fell without getting rid of the ball, so that he has to eat all those yards.
Loss of over 10.
And the credit for that sack will go to Van Beek. That'll be his second sack of the season. And Van Beek is another guy that has heavily contributed to this defense. 6 tackles and a pair of sacks for big losses.
Yeah, so now we're looking at 2nd and goal from the 17.
And a timeout called by the Holliston Panthers. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left to go. And this Hiller defense trying to hold strong. They have been on the field quite a while, Wally, and I'll tell you one thing, you will not win this game making the mistakes that you have made so far.
Yeah, and they really have to stand up tall here and keep Holliston from scoring a touchdown. Because if Holliston were to score a touchdown here, you're looking at the game getting away from you.
And a couple updates to tell you about. Milford and Franklin in a big rivalry game tonight. They're heading to the 4th quarter, and at the moment it's 28-24, Milford leading Franklin. That's a big Hockomock matchup.
That's a nice close game.
Those two teams, they always play each other close. Great rivalry they have going. Kind of like Hopkinton Holliston.
Yep.
And we'll try to get you some of the TVL scores as well.
We want to keep this game close as well if we can.
Absolutely.
We're doing everything we can up here.
Back to the line they go. Off the timeout. Kylie going to line it up out of the gun with Harding to his right. He has 2 receivers spread out to his left. Takes the snap, looks to his left, now looking upfield, throws, and it is going to be knocked down.
Great defensive play.
That was a very good defensive play and a dangerous throw by Kylie. I believe that was Braden Hicks who got a hand on it.
And he threw that almost in a triple coverage, but he really felt confident in his arm, and he zipped it in there. And, Hopkins was able to knock it down. Great play. Now you're looking at 3rd and goal from the 17.
Panthers go over to the sideline to get the play call from head coach Todd Kiley. He has done a terrific job with this Holliston Panthers team. He's won a couple of state championships. I believe he's been to 4 state championships during his career. Kiley takes the snap out of the gun, throws to his left, and it's knocked down.
Incomplete. Yeah, there we go.
Intended for Brady Sweeney, and that'll bring up 4th down. It'll be interesting to see what Holliston does here. You're deep enough in Hiller territory where you could go for it.
I was just going to say that they really haven't shown a whole lot in their kicking game today. They missed an extra point, so it looks like they're going to maybe go for it, keeping the offense on the field here.
Well, this is going to be a big play for the Hillers. If they could get a stop here and get the ball back, that'll be a huge momentum boost.
It sure would. Yeah, get the ball back with no points off the board. Or on the board, that'd be a great outcome for the Hiller defense here.
Dedham is leading Medway at the half, 21-0.
No, they are going to kick.
Oh, they're going to go for the 3 here. The snap, the kick.
No good.
And it is no good by Koalima. So the Hillers will get the ball back, and once again, your defense bails you out.
Yeah, that was a great stand right there. Even though they kind of bend, don't break, right? They're giving up a couple of big plays, but when they had to stop them, they really did.
Talk about a lot of momentum swings on that drive. At one point, Holliston was all the way at the 5 with a 1st and goal.
Right. Yeah, imagine that, and getting the ball back on the 17 on downs. All right, just over 3 minutes to go here for Hopkinton to do something.
All right, the Hillers are going to have to work quickly. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Peraza is in the game as his tailback.
And this is one of the areas where I think Hopkinton has a little bit of trouble is when they need to run a hurry-up offense.
2 receivers spread out to either side. Litcher takes the snap. And he is going to take a couple steps up the middle under pressure, and he's brought down. And around the 19-yard line, a loss of 1 or 2.
He's lucky he didn't fumble.
He certainly is, and he held on to the ball for quite a long time there. You can't really do that against this Holliston defense.
And he was looking to throw, pumping to throw, and got caught from behind. And I really thought he was going to fumble.
He pulled it back in just in the nick of time.
Yeah, and held on. Here we are, 2nd and 11 here, 2:27 to go. So they lost a whole half a minute there on that play or more.
Litcher once again out of the gun, this time an empty back set. 3 receivers spread out to his left, takes the snap, looking up the middle, will throw up the middle towards Carrazza, and it's caught!
What a catch.
What a catch by Joe Carrazza, all the way at about the Holliston 40. A huge pickup for the Hillers. A 41-yard reception by Carrazza.
Yeah, great catch. A defender right on him, step for step. Defender didn't look back. Carrazza had his eye on the ball and pulled it in.
And that's the second biggest offensive play of the day for the Hillers.
Now they are trying to run a little bit of a hurry up. 2 minutes to go.
No 2-minute warnings in high school football. Litcher out of the gun. He's going to hand it off. Carrazza up the middle, fighting his way forward, gets a couple.
No, they might. I don't know if I don't know how many. I can't remember how many timeouts they have here, but they got to use them wisely.
Yeah, that clock's still running.
Yeah.
I believe they only used 1, so they have a couple left. And it'll make it 2nd and 8 for the Hillers.
It takes
from
them
the 38-yard line.
30 seconds to get every play in. It's tough for them.
Yeah, they're taking way too long in this situation. Play action, throws to his left, and it is dropped by his intended target, Seamus Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy looked like he was ready to catch it and then looked to see if he could get out of bounds before he actually had the ball.
Yeah, that's another one you should have had. A couple of bad drops by these Hiller receivers tonight.
That would have been a nice 8 or 9 yard pickup, and you would have had the clock stopped like you do now, but you'd be 8 yards closer.
And that's one thing you can't do as a receiver. You cannot think ahead.
Now you got to catch the ball.
Right, and then decide what to do.
Because if you don't catch the ball, no matter what you were thinking about, it doesn't matter.
Right. Back to the line they go. Litcher out of the gun. Carrazza in the backfield. 2 receivers either side. Takes the snap. Looks up the middle. He'll throw, and it is incomplete. Intended target, Braden Hicks. Good defensive coverage by the Panthers.
Yeah, he was double covered, but he went up nicely for the ball.
In on the stop, Kawalima and Brady Sweeney.
One good thing is it stopped the clock for him.
And notice how Holliston had 2 defenders there on Hicks. I think they have researched a lot about these Hiller receivers.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. But yeah, he was double covered, and he was covered well. That ball would have been a great catch, and it looked like he almost had it. It was a nice throw.
It certainly was. 4th and 8 now, and it looks like they are going to go for it. Carrazza is going to take a couple steps in, out of the pistol, takes the snap, looks to his left. He'll throw to his left towards the sideline. It's caught, and getting out of bounds is Seamus Murphy, and that's enough for a first down.
Great play. Nice. Just what they needed, a first down and to stop the clock out of bounds.
That was about a 12-yard pickup on the reception.
And now we've got 1 minute to go. I'm hoping they have enough time.
It was good he was able to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, that was a great play.
And I'll tell you, though, if the Hillers need to hurry to the line, they're going to have to go a lot faster.
Right. That's what I'm worried about.
Litcher out of the gun, takes the snap, and he is going to go to Seamus Murphy, who will take it up the far side. And Murphy, I don't know if he was able to get out. I don't believe he did.
He's inbounds. We got a timeout.
So they'll take one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
But we've seen Hopkinton run out of time before in this situation, and, like leading into a half, and they're down on the 10-yard line, and they couldn't get the plays off. So that's something I'm interested to see if they've been working on that.
Played Hopkinton High School football. Combined, the Hillers were led by a Doyle QB or captain for an amazing span.
Well, for a team like Holliston, you should be working on a little bit of everything. You have to have major versatility and be able to move quickly to throw off.
Yeah, they have to learn. They got
defense.
to get the plays in faster, get up to the line faster.
Yeah, and we'll see if they're able to make some adjustments as this game goes on to do that, because they really have been taking a lot of time to huddle up. And
now they've got Avery Ravage is ready. So you get one play. Let's say the clock doesn't stop. Are they going to have enough time to get him in there for a field goal?
I think you should. Well, right. If you're going for the field goal, you'll only have one play.
Yeah.
Out of the gun goes Litcher. Motion right to left. That's Carraza in motion. He's going to take it himself. And he was trying to work his way up the middle, and he's dragged back. They'll probably mark him around the line of scrimmage with forward progress.
We got a timeout.
I think what they were trying to do there is get a few more yards, call the timeout, and then go for the 3.
Hillers. 41 seconds.
Hopkinton will receive to start off the second half, so that's probably a major part of their reason why they're content with the field goal here. But now, since you really didn't get anything there, it's going to be a relatively long field goal.
Long kick for a high school kicker.
No, if anyone can do it, it's Avery Ravage.
Right, yeah. Again, we say it every week. It's a luxury to have a kicker like that who's got such a big leg for high school. I would have liked to have seen them take it maybe one more shot, not necessarily into the end zone, but along the sidelines or into the end zone, and in a situation where if it's incomplete rather than intercepted.
Yeah, they did play it really conservative, but I agree. I think they could have taken at least one more shot and just run some kind of corner route towards the sideline.
By the head coach, Mark Sanborn, 2008.
Litcher going to go back out there, so it looks like maybe they will take another shot here.
They don't have, I'm not sure if they have any timeouts left.
That would be a really long field goal, so I understand why they're doing this. And he's going to air this out towards the end zone. Dropped! Oh, right in his hands, and Pantera can't corral it in.
He had it with one hand. In the other hand, he was fighting off the defender, and he could survive the impact of the ground with the ball. But he had it in one hand. It would have been a fantastic catch.
And holding on the Hillers as well, so that'll push them back.
Stops the clock.
That pretty much takes the field goal out of the equation.
Yeah.
Right now, it'd probably be, about a 40-yard field goal or something. So that cost the Hillers 5 yards, and it remains 4th down. And it looks like some more confusion.
If it's 4th down, Holliston would decline it and take the ball, right?
And Litcher has to go to the sideline. It looks like more confusion out there.
So they're moving him back 10 yards.
Holliston accepts the penalty.
Oh, it was 10 yards. So Holliston, they do accept.
4th and 20.
4th and 20. I'm curious. It would have been turned over on downs.
Well, they're going to go for it. There's still 33 seconds left. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun, takes the snap, and he'll throw to his left, and that is dropped. Or did he?
Nope,
no, he did catch it.
So
a small gain there by Petruni. Right back up to the line they go.
The scoreboard's off with the down, so I think that was 3rd down. Now it's 4th down.
Litcher takes the snap under
he's
pressure, and he's trying to escape, but he's going to be brought down. And that is going to be a turnover on downs as David Villa takes him to the ground.
He's down. All right, he's getting up. Good.
Panthers will take over on
Well, we have the sideline marker that's saying it's third down.
And then the scoreboard said fourth down.
I'm getting a little confused here, Wally.
I'm glad our in-house officials let us know it was third down.
Absolutely.
All the scrambling, though, ate the clock up in that situation, so Holliston only has 5 seconds. Just time for one play.
Yeah, I think Holliston did call a timeout to have this opportunity for one play.
Yeah, looks like they're going to kneel on it.
All right, so it does look like they will kneel it out. I think that's a smart call there. The last thing you want is some kind of crazy situation where you
turn the ball over,
give up a pick six. Well, an interesting half, a little bit of everything in that half.
Yeah.
Some great defense, some great offensive plays, and I think the one thing that I could say is hopefully the Hillers can fix a few of those mistakes, especially on special teams.
Even that last drive where they had a little bit of trouble with the clock, it was a 2-minute drill. Drive ended up going to nowhere, but at least they were able to move the ball down the field. So that's nice. So they've shown that. And if they can come out after the kickoff, use some of that momentum, keep carrying the ball down the field, the game is still close, and they can tie it up or even take the lead if they get a touchdown and an extra point.
Yeah, and I think the Hillers need to give this defense some rest. They were out there quite a lot in that first half, and you certainly don't want that type of situation in the second half.
Yeah, IV bags for the whole defensive line in the locker room now.
Yeah, they'll be drinking some waters in there, that's for sure. But at the halftime break, it's Holliston 13, Hopkinton 7. We have very much a great battle going on here, and the winner of this game will take home the TVL Large title, and we have a whole half to go. So what else are you going to do besides stick around? You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Football on HCAM, second half coming up next.
We're building up the name, gonna make sure that you won't forget it. Respect it, this legacy, we gon' get it. What a sensation, I feel like I'm up in the clouds. All around me is good vibrations. I don't ever wanna calm down. If you think you've seen the best has yet to come. Serving you up, come get a plate. But take your seats, you do not want to be late. Yes, how did we set them up? Just to knock them down. No one is safe, we're legends in town. They love us, all across the globe. We are legends, now you know. Hillers!
And here comes the Hopkinton Hillers back out from the halftime break. As we get ready for the second half, it is Holliston leading Hopkinton 13-7. Tom Nappy alongside Wally Henneberry, happy to be with you on the call for this huge TVL Large matchup. The winner of this game will take the TVL Large title. And for the Hopkinton Hillers, they really need this win to have a chance at a playoff spot. With the new state system, it is certainly difficult to get in. Even though the Hillers have a great record at 5-1, they really need to win this to get into that Division II state playoff.
Well, let's hope they start that work right here when they get the kickoff for the second half.
Absolutely. We'll see if the Hillers are able to avoid making mistakes. They made a couple of crucial mistakes in the first half, and we'll see if they could clean that up, because they are playing good football. They just have to avoid the mistakes, as Lima keeps that on the ground, and it's going to be a return up the middle. Pretty good return to about the 35.
Yeah, this is the best starting field position I think the Hillers have had in a little while in this game. So that bodes well, where the field is really tilting in the favor of Holliston for much of the first half.
The Hillers could really use a nice drive here to get things going right off the bat. They'll start from their own 35-yard line, and we'll get you the first half stats in just a moment. Some interesting numbers to talk about. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Carrazza in the backfield. 2 receivers in tight to his left. He'll pitch it back to Carrazza. Here he goes up the left side, and he's going to find some good room and push defenders forward and work his way to about the 42.
Yeah, good push there by the Hiller offensive line. We've got a Holliston player down here.
Yeah, Holliston player down. We certainly hope he's okay. They are going to go check on him. And while we have a moment, we'll tell you about those first half numbers. On the ground, the Hillers had 47 yards, 97 yards passing, 144 yards of total offense. As for the Holliston Panthers, they had 26 yards on the ground, 138 yards through the air, 164 yards of total offense. And the majority of the Holliston yards came on the first play of the game.
Right.
That 76-yard touchdown reception by Andrew Dennison. If you erase that, Holliston really does not have a whole lot of offensive production.
Right.
Because this Hiller defense, they are just playing fantastic.
They really have. Yeah, the Hiller defense has held them to really be not a very productive offense.
And I'm sure they would like to avoid being on the field as much as they were in the first half. As out of the gun he goes. Litcher going to take this himself. Find some room into Holliston territory. And he is brought down at around the 35. A huge gainer there
big
for
run.
Litcher.
Caught a little dragged down from behind, but a great run. Nice misdirection with Carrazza there with the fake handoff.
That ends up being a 22-yard pickup.
I might want to watch Carrazza. He came out of that play before with the run limping, and while the Holliston player was down, he was trying to work out an ankle limp on the sideline.
And that might explain why we didn't see him as much as we usually do early on.
I was going to say, here he is starting the second half, where we didn't see him much in the first half at all. Now we don't see Cooper Fossbender out there.
And Fossbender did a nice job on those first few drives. As Carrazza is going to take it up the middle, he'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them share the duties a little bit.
Right. I'm surprised we haven't seen Fossbender in there more. He did a really nice job on those first couple drives, and perhaps we will. Still a lot of game left to go.
Yeah, and he seems a little bit of a bigger runner, stronger runner. Carrazza is more of a shiftier runner, fast, more elusive.
And when we get a moment, we'll tell you about some of the other TVL games that are going on. As Litcher is going to line it up out of the gun, Carrazza in the backfield will throw the screen, and it is going to be caught by Murphy up the near side, and he is going to be dragged down after a nice gain. All the way to the 21 he goes.
So Coach Sanborn's upset about something. I'm not sure if it's the horse collar tackle that was not called.
I think it might have been, because he did get up and his shoulder pad was very disoriented. And I think they might be talking about this.
Yeah, the ball looked to be incomplete, but
I thought it hit the ground, to be honest with you.
None of the officials seemed to see it. The sideline chains, everybody, the officials spotting the ball, all moved it up. And everyone up here said, that hit the ground.
It did. I wasn't going to say anything.
I was stunned when they were letting the play go. I didn't know what to say.
Well, I think one of the things that the officials are doing now is they're letting these plays go so that they can talk about it after, and instead of blow it dead where you might make a bad judgment call, you might as well just let it go and decide what to do after.
Yeah, if it was a backwards pass, it would have been a lateral, and that would have been a live ball.
And that was my question, was it backwards? I mean, it seemed like it was to the side, but actually that's pretty close.
That could have been a lateral, and that's probably what they're discussing.
And that was my thought, that it was a lateral and he was able to pick it up.
That's an old Bicknell Flutie play from BC where he would lateral the ball, but like a backwards pass, and to deceive the other team that it was a dead ball.
They are going to rule it incomplete.
And now we're moving the ball back even further?
They're going to move it back to the, well, they're moving the chains back to where they initially were.
That play was at the 35-yard line.
Right.
Why are we at the 45
Yeah,
now?
Coach Sanborn needs to say something about this. And was there a penalty? Coach Sanborn is talking to the officials now. They do not have the ball in the right place. That should be up at around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they've taken 10 yards away from the Hillers here.
More like 12. They have it at the 47 right now. I don't know what they are ruling. Well, the Hillers for...
Now the referee's going to go talk to the rest of the officials, and hopefully they'll sort this out.
Yeah, I hope they do. That would be very unfortunate to make them start 10 yards further
Nope,
back.
he's not. They're gonna lay it right there.
Wow. Well, that's some bad officiating for you. I'm
How
sorry.
can they do? I can't
There's
believe
no
they
other
can
way
do
to
that.
describe it. I don't understand that at all. That was terrible. Litcher takes the snap, throws to his right. It's caught. Sam Pantera says, no problem. I'll move the chains anyway.
Yeah, so now they're at the 30, where unfortunately now they could be at the 15.
That was a 15-yard pickup. Well, Sam Pantera makes up for the yardage. And the Hillers have first and 10 at the 30. Well, the officials essentially gave Holliston a 10-yard break there, but the Hillers have a new set of downs. Litcher out of the gun. He's going to pitch it back to Carrazza. Carrazza up the near side. And he's brought down at around the 25, about a 5-yard pickup. Nice run there by the speedy Carrazza.
Nice run around the end there. Got to the corner, turned it up for 5 yards.
Some of the other TVL scores, Ashland and Medfield played yesterday. Ashland defeated Medfield 23-13. Dedham leads Medway, or they took down Medway 28-0. That game has gone final. They started at 6. Litcher out of the gun. Motion left to right. It's Petruni in motion. Takes the snap. And he is going to be brought down for a loss. In on the sack is C.J. Pacheco, the junior for Holliston.
Yeah, that's a tough one there.
It certainly is. That'll make it.
Yeah, that's a loss of 7 or 8 there.
Right, third down, about 12 to go.
And they really need to keep this drive going because, like we said, we want to make sure that the defense stays rested. We don't want them wearing out toward the end of the game. They were on the field an awful lot in the first half.
This drive started out very promising, but then you had all kinds of
shenanigans.
Shenanigans, exactly. Perfect way to describe it. Litcher out of the gun once again with Carrazza in the backfield. Petruni in motion left to right. Takes the snap. He's going to pitch it back. Carrazza trying to find some room. He's going to cut all the way back towards the near side, and he was able to find a little space, but not quite the space he wanted, and he's brought down near the initial line of scrimmage. And it looks like a yard back, so we got about a yard out of that whole thing.
4th and 12. So now do you bring in Ravage to punt or kick, or do you go for it?
Yeah, this is too far for a field goal, I think. That would be almost about a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, too
or
short.
so.
And too short for a punt. You just throw it up. That could be like a punt.
It does look like they are going to go for it. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Carrazza in the backfield. 2 receivers spread out to either side. They do snap it. And he is under pressure, going to roll to his right under big pressure, brought down for a loss. A loss of 4 yards there, and once again, it is C.J. Pacheco on the stop.
Now, once again, the Hillers are going to rely on their defense here. You're giving Holliston pretty good starting field position again.
So it is a turnover on downs. And the Hillers defense will have to come up big once again. I'll tell you though, in a game like this, it really is a shame about that whole 10-yard situation.
Yeah, that really kind of killed that drive a little bit. Took them out of field goal range, possibly.
Right, that is just something that cannot happen in a game like this. And it's going to be a run up the middle and a pretty good gain there.
Yeah, 6 or 7 there.
And that was, once again, Devin Harding.
Devin Harding on the carry. Gain of about 7 yards.
Harding has 33 yards rushing on the evening.
2nd and 3.
Another TVL score to tell you about at the halftime break. Westwood and Norwood tied up at 7 apiece.
You don't want your safeties up too close to the line here. You don't want to get fooled again like you did the first play of the game.
Kylie goes to Harding once again, and this time he's good for a yard or two.
Harding on the carry.
In on the stop for the Hillers was Brendan McGowan.
So here you are, about 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. This is where you really gotta stop them here.
Tackle, 3rd and 2 for the Panthers.
The Hillers defense could really use a stop here.
I'd hate to get the safeties too close to the line in this situation, and a little play action, draw them in, and then throw over the top, which is pretty much what happened the first play of the game.
And it looks like Holliston is going to go with their famous war package.
Okay.
And this is pretty much a anyone gets the ball type of situation, but it doesn't look like, did he get enough?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be short.
Well, Nick Larsh was able to squirt out from that pile, and it looks like he just got enough.
Moving the chains.
So a couple yards there. And they line up in kind of a flex bow, and they call it a war package, where they'll put the quarterback under center, have a slot back to either side, as well as a running back, and that's what they're going to do again.
Ball's on the ground.
Close ball. The Hillers have it. That is recovered by Charlie Petroni. A huge turnover.
Just what the Hillers needed at just the right time, too.
Charlie Petroni coming up with the football, and the Hillers will bring their offense back out to the field. And Wally, as you said, that is just what they needed.
Just what they needed.
It was worth repeating.
Yeah. So that takeaway, they've kind of evened the takeaways there on either side. So now we're starting in good field position, so hopefully we can do something with it here.
They start this drive from the Holliston 41-yard line.
This is the best starting field position they've had.
That is indeed true. Litcher out of the gun. Carrazza in the backfield. Takes the snap. He'll throw the screen. Here goes Carrazza up the far side. And he's going to keep fighting. He was able to elude one tackle and another. And he just battles his way to about the 35.
Yeah, that's a great run. He looked down after 2 yards. Then he looked down again after 4. And I think he got about 7.
It looks like we may have an injured Holliston player along the sidelines. They're going to check up on him, make sure he's okay.
Well, Carrazza really does the most running I've seen for a runner. For the amount of yards he gets, he runs 3 times as much as to get there.
Right back up to the line they go. Looks like the Hillers maybe in a hurry-up type of offense. Litcher takes the snap, throws to his left, and it a little bit too far in front of his intended target, Seamus Murphy.
Yeah, just a little bit over his head there.
The Hillers, they went with a hurry-up type of style there, just trying to get some momentum and throw this defense off guard. Third and 3 from the 36-yard line. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Carrazza in the backfield. 2 receivers either side. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Carrazza up the middle.
There he goes.
Bursting up the middle. See you later. Touchdown, Hillers. A 36-yard touchdown run by Joey Carrazza.
I'm going to say it again. Just what they needed. Big run right up the middle. Big blocking of the line right at the point of impact. And then Carrazza did the rest. He had to shed one tackler, and he was gone.
A beauty of a run by Carrazza. And the Hillers have a chance to take the lead with this Avery Ravitch extra point opportunity. Snap, kick.
No good.
And it is no good. A rare miss by Ravitch.
The extra point is no good.
So we remain tied at 13 apiece.
Well, a little momentum turn right there with the turnover and then the touchdown that's brought the game right back to where we needed it, all square.
Yeah, it certainly did. That drive just over 2 minutes. And the result, a 36-yard touchdown run. Joey Carrazza bursting right up the middle. And now you have to expect Holliston's certainly going to get aggressive offensively. They have not really found an answer for this Hiller defense as of yet, besides the first play of the game, which I think was just a blown coverage.
Right. And they've started to go back to that tight formation you were talking about. Two plays in a row, even on the 1st and 10, and try something different. That was when the turnover happened.
Right. It'll be interesting to see if they go back to their war package after that.
Exactly.
Along the far side, and it's going to be a good return up to about the 31-32. None other than Andrew Dennison on the return. Andrew Dennison, also a good baseball player. I had the pleasure of calling some of his Ashland Legion baseball games. Valuable member of that team.
All right, yeah, here now it'll be interesting to see what kind of formation Holliston comes out with, whether they want to open it up like they have the whole game or bring it in tight with that war package. Because they haven't really been able to get too much going on our defense, so we'll see what happens.
Holliston starts from their own 31, working left to right across your screen. Kylie going to line it up out of the gun with Harding to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off. Harding up the middle, and he finds some room. Brought down at around the 38-39.
Yeah, big hole from the run-through on the line there. Right between the guard and the tackle, that big open hole there.
A pickup of 7 for Harding.
But good tackle by the secondary of the Hillers there.
3 minutes, 35 seconds and counting left to go in this quick-moving third quarter. And Holliston's offense likely going to go with a hurry-up style here to try to throw this defense off guard as Kylie takes a snap out of the gun. Harding again, and he'll have enough for the first down plus some.
Yeah, really, when you're playing against a defense that's been on the field a long time and you want to wear them down, that's what you really do. You go hurry up, don't let them substitute, and you really just put the pressure on them.
They mark them at the 43-yard line, a pickup of 5. Holliston offense looking towards the sideline for the play call as they typically do, and right back to the line they go. Kylie out of the gun with Harding to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off. Harding trying to find some room and will not as he tests the left side of the defense, and he's brought down by a number of tacklers, including Evan Van Beek and Charlie Petruni.
Yeah, he was lucky to get half a yard out of that. Just the way he was tackled, he was able to fall forward. But nice tackling by the Hillers right on the line.
That brings up 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Once again, they'll go out of the gun with a receiver to either side. Takes a snap, throws to his left, and it is caught. And that is going to be enough for the first down. Brady Sweeney on the reception.
Brady Sweeney on the reception.
A nice catch down on the sidelines. Hiller's a little late getting there, but a good tackle to keep him from getting any yards after the catch.
That moves them up to the Hillers' 47-yard line. There's a pickup of about 6. Clock continuing to move, and Holliston continuing to work quickly here to try to throw off this defense. Kiley out of the gun. Harding to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off. Up the middle goes Harding, and he is going to be brought down close to the 30.
That's a nice run. Nice open field tackle, too, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
A 14-yard pickup for Harding.
14-yard pickup.
And the Hillers subbing out some of their defenders, trying to get some fresh legs out there.
Yeah, they're going to need them. They're really Holliston's really putting the pressure on the line here by just running up the middle, as often as they can.
Kiley once again out of the gun with Harding to his right. And it's going to be another run up the middle and another good gain by Harding. Their workhorse running back fighting his way up towards the 25. We'll see where they mark him. Looks like they'll give him the 26. Ended up being about a 9-yard pickup. Up to the line they go, facing, it's a 2nd and 4, so it'll pick up a 6 on that last run. Here goes Harding once again, bouncing off tackle and taking it to the far side. And it looks like he may have enough for the first down.
Harding picks up
they're just using him as a battering ram right up front.
Well, you can tell this defense up front getting a little bit tired, and Holliston really going to just try to exploit that. So that will put an end to the third quarter. The Hillers do respond and tie it up, but Holliston Panthers are threatening as we will switch sides and head into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Holliston's really starting to try to wear down the Hopkins defense. And like I said, their interior linemen are subbing, so they're trying to keep themselves fresh. But their running back is doing a great job pounding it right down the middle.
Yeah, he certainly is an impressive running back, and only a junior, so they'll have that Kiley Harding connection back for next season as well.
Led our athletic department as AD for 31 years and led our incredible growth. Mr. Doyle.
And we have an update in the Norton-Dover-Sherborne game. Norton leading Dover-Sherborne 7-0 at the half. A defensive affair between those two TVL teams.
Norton looking for its first win.
All right. Battling it out with their fellow TVL small rival. And Norwood has just taken the lead on Westwood 14-7. So perhaps an upset brewing in that Norwood-Westwood game.
Then in some greater football news today, I don't know if everyone's heard, but legendary Georgia Bulldog coach Vince Dooley died today at the age of 90.
Oh, I did not hear that.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of news for football fans out there. And I can remember there was a time when he was coaching and they were trying to draft him for governor down there. That's how popular he was. Vince Dooley for governor. But, yep,
well,
passed away today at the age of 90.
They do love their football in Georgia.
Yeah, they do.
We are ready for the fourth quarter. Holliston's offense going to try to pick up right where they left off. As they bring Kiley back out, and this time it'll be C.J. Pacheco lined up to his left as the running back. Takes the snap. Pacheco going to find a gap up the middle. And he is able to get several yards there.
Yeah, Hopkins is really having trouble stopping the running game at this point, which is too bad. They've been playing so well. First half, they did a tremendous job of stopping the run.
Well, it's this hurry-up style that's throwing them off. And this Holliston offense showing off their versatility and speed. Kylie going to line it up with Harding to his left this time. Two receivers spread out to his right. He'll hand it off. And Harding this time not going to get very far before he is brought down by Kevin Prasanna, but he did get another yard or two.
He might have got 1 or 2 there, yeah.
Devin Harding on the carry.
Now, when we say hurry up, it's deceiving because when we watch NFL football, the hurry up, you can see it. They do move much faster. This is, the hurry up, but in the high school version.
Right.
It appears slower, but it still puts the pressure on the defense.
So they mark him for a couple yards, and now it's a 3rd and 1 from the Hiller 12-yard line.
I think if you're Holliston, you're going to take 2 tries to get this one if you need to.
They are going to go with their war package here and run it up the middle. They're going to get the first down and a lot more. The pile continuing to be pushed forward. And that is going to put them pretty close to the end zone. It'll certainly be enough for the first down.
I wonder what play they're going to run now.
War package they go once again. Kylie on the keeper. And got maybe a yard there.
Kylie on the keeper.
That puts them around the 2-yard line.
They're right around the 1.
Right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
I don't know why Holliston's even looking at the sideline. They know what they're going to run.
The 1-yard line.
War package once again. And it's going to be a keeper up the middle and into the end zone. Nick Larsch.
Touchdown Packers.
1-yard touchdown run. Nick
Hopkins
Larsch.
is just unable to stop him all the way down the field, unfortunately. On the ground the whole way. I say there was not one pass play, was there?
No, and Holliston ate up a whole lot of time on the clock with that drive. This is where the Hillers offense needs to strike again.
Well, they should be rested.
Right. Well, you left the defense out there a whole lot in that first half, and then Holliston transitions into that hurry-up style, and it's just tough to keep up with.
They looking to go for 2?
That drive ate up nearly 6 minutes on the clock. It looks like they will indeed go for 2. Nick Larsch is out there as the quarterback. Actually, that was Kylie. He hands it off up the middle. Goes Pacheco. Did he get in?
I don't see any signals from the referees yet.
It looks like he was stopped short.
Nope.
Oh, no.
They gave it to him late.
He did get it.
He waited for the Hopkins fans to erupt, and then he crushes them with the conversion signal.
That makes it a 21-13 Holliston lead.
Conversion is completed. The score is 21-13.
And the Hillers offense will have to go to work. 9 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Well, still plenty of football left. The offense just needs to respond with a touchdown of their own. And hopefully give the defense some rest so they're ready to go on the next drive.
It'd be nice if they did use up some time here.
But when you look back at that first half and think of those 2 major mistakes that are pretty uncharacteristic of this Hiller team. It all goes back to that.
Right. Yeah, when their defense was really rolling, one of the mistakes gave them the ball back, gave Holliston the ball back on the 18-yard line, real short field.
Right.
And they were able to convert for a touchdown, and that's a big difference maker, or it could be the difference maker today.
Yeah, it was a fumble on the punt, which gave Holliston the ball right back, just about when you were about to get your defense off the field. And we're going to have a good kick return here. That is Paul Litcher.
Nice.
On the kick return, up to about the 41-42.
Yeah, that's going to give them some good starting field position right there, which is what they've needed the whole game.
9 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. Plenty of time for the Hillers to get back into this game. And they'll have to march 58 yards up the field to do it. Up to the line they go. Robert Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Carrazza, his running back, lines up to his left. Two receivers either side. Hands it off. Carrazza up the near side. A nice block in front of him. And he'll march out of bounds at around the 47.
Yeah,
5-yard
good blocking there on the edge.
Certainly was. Yeah, it looked initially like he wasn't going to get far at all. But that nice block along the right side of the offensive line propelled him for another 2 or 3 yards.
5-yard pickup on play, 2nd and 5.
The offensive line should be pretty fresh.
Litcher is going to go out of the gun. Carrazza in the backfield, two receivers either side. Motion from right to left, takes the snap. He'll throw the screen. Up the far side goes Murphy. Murphy escaping a tackle, and he is going to take this for the first down plus a whole lot more. Run out of bounds at around the 35.
Yeah, he got a little wide receiver screen, catch it, get around the corner quick, and down the field he went. He had some good blocking over there, and he really, when he hit the corner, he turned it right upfield.
It's a pickup of about 10 yards. It looks like they're putting him at the 37. It does give the Hillers a fresh set of downs and gives this offense some momentum.
Yep.
Up to the line they go. Litcher out of the gun. Carrazza lined up deep in the backfield. Petruni moves to Litcher's right. Carrazza up the middle. It's a nice burst and is able to pick up 5 or 6 yards there.
Yeah, Petruni as a lead blocker there did a nice job, opened up a little hole just to get him a crease to get him about 5 yards.
We'll give him about 3 yards there.
And we've got a hurt Holliston player coming off.
And the Hillers offense going with the hurry-up style here.
I like to see it.
Absolutely. They said, hey, you can go hurry up, so can we. Litcher out of the gun. Carrazza in the backfield. He's going to pitch it back to Carrazza, cutting towards the near side. And he is brought out of bounds. And it looks like that might be a small loss.
Yeah, no way to get around the corner there. He just kept going, and the edge was just shut down for him.
So they mark him right back at the line of scrimmage. So no harm, no foul on the play. But that does bring up 3rd down and about 4 to go. And this time, Litcher going to line it up out of the pistol. Petruni to his left. Takes the snap. And he's going to roll to his left. Goes play action under pressure. And he's going to fight his way forward towards the 30. And he's brought out of bounds. It looks like maybe he gained 2 or 3 yards there. But not enough for the first down.
Yeah, a little inside play action and a rollout to the left, trying to use the wide side of the field. Couldn't find an opening, and he had a guy on his tail the whole way.
So you can credit him with 3 yards, and that brings up
4th and 5.
I would say 4th and about.
Yeah, it looks like a
3.
short 5.
4th and 3 to go.
The scoreboard's not doing us any favors today.
Oh, we have a deceptive viewpoint here.
All right, here's a big play for the Hillers.
It certainly is. They could really use this. Stack receivers to Litcher's right. Carrazza in the backfield. He'll throw the screen. And it's going to be a first down plus some. Fighting his way forward, Murphy. And that was a great play call by Coach Sandbarn, and Murphy able to get the first down. That'll put the Hillers right around the 24-yard line.
Really great play by Murphy there. Good blocking on the other receiver right out in front of him. I missed who it was, but he really held up one of the guys to get to him, and so he was able to break through for the first down.
Excuse me, they're marked at about the 19-yard line. That was just a pickup of several yards. Litcher out of the gun. Carrazza in the backfield. 2 receivers either side. And he's going to keep it. Good deception there as he fights his way towards the 10.
Yeah, the fake handoff to Carrazza, and then a little bit of the hesitation. I think that's what really sold it for him.
The defense was going towards Carrazza as well.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. The little hesitation there, he wasn't going to take off with it, like he didn't have it. Just a split second there. I think that really sold it.
I was relieved to see that I wasn't the only one fooled there. That brings up 2nd and 1 for the Hillers from about the 10-yard line. Lining up Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Carrazza to his left. And it's going to be Carrazza getting the call, fighting his way to the near side.
He's in.
Tackler to the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Joe Carrazza.
Big run for Carrazza there. Big run.
A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Hillers are right back in the game.
Big blocking right there by the right side of the line. Really blew open the hole for him. He got through into the secondary, and then he did the rest. Seemed like he had 2 or 3 guys draped on him. And he made it all the way in. That's a big drive for the Hillers right there.
Absolutely
big
huge.
Big answer.
And now they're likely going to go for 2 here to try to tie it up. And this is a big 2-point conversion attempt here. Litcher out of the gun, Carrazza in the backfield. 2 receivers either side, motion left to right. Takes the snap.
Watch out.
And he's up in trouble, and he's brought down. So the 2-point conversion's no good. Holliston will remain with the lead, 21-19. Well, the Hillers have a nice touchdown drive that went 58 yards and lasted about 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's the right decision there to go for 2, obviously. The extra point,
well, you had
it
to,
does nothing
certainly.
for you.
Right.
And but hopefully all that, that drive, it was kind of a quick strike drive as far as the Hillers are concerned, only 4 minutes, but let's hope it's enough time to give the defense, off the field a little time to rest.
Yeah, it was good that they were able to burn about 4.5 minutes off the clock, and I'm sure that certainly did give the defense a chance to revive themselves a little bit, because you're going to need a stop here.
Yeah, and, fairly quickly.
Well, it all comes down to this.
You want to get the ball back with plenty of time, because we do know the Hillers seem to have a little bit of tough time with the short clock.
Avery Ravitch set to kick it away, and he'll send it end over end all the way back to about the 3 or 4 yard line. Here comes the return.
Nice.
Along the far side, it's going to be a pretty good return to about the 24.
Nice deep kick. And they were able to cover it better than they have the rest of the game. Keep them back in the 24-yard line rather than the 41, 42, 44.
Well, the Holliston offense will come back out looking to repeat their success on the last drive.
All right, so a little adrenaline here for the defense, maybe a little.
Trying to put a stop to this Holliston run game. They were able to stop it throughout the entirety just about of the first half. But in the second half, Holliston mixing up their plays and created some confusion. And Harding trying to take it up the middle, and a great start to this drive for the Hillers.
Yeah,
as in on the stop is Evan Van Beek.
Yeah, that's a nice stop for a loss right there.
Loss of 3 on the play.
They try Harding right off the bat, and the Hillers were ready for it. That brings up second and about 13 to go. Harding's still out there. He'll line it up.
Oh, no deep
to
safety
TJ
at all.
Kiley's left. Kiley takes the snap out of the pistol. He'll throw to his left, and it is caught. A gain of about 3 or 4. And immediately brought down after making the catches, Brady Sweeney. Taking him to the ground was Devin Canty.
I thought he was going to jump that ball right there, jump that route, and take it right in for the pick six.
Yeah, it was a dangerous throw. Kiley was under some big pressure.
What?
Down in 6.
Ball marked at the 27-yard line. 3rd and 6. Hillers could really use a stop right here.
Yeah, 2 plays right here.
Kiley out of the gun, takes the snap, throws up the right side, and it's batted away!
Pass is incomplete.
Great defensive play by Braden Hicks, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's a fantastic play deep. He looked back for the ball, so he saw where it was coming, which is a great skill to have as a defensive back, to be able to turn back and look for the ball.
Holliston will bring out the punting unit, but certainly you want to stay alert here.
Oh, geez, yeah, you want to. The Hillers really have to be aware of the short punt and not getting inadvertently touching the ball. I really would trust them to play this like they were playing their punt returns in the beginning of the season, where they really didn't even field them.
And they do have Kiley out to punt it away, which is typical for Holliston. The snap, bit high, pulls it down. He will indeed punt it away, and it is a punt that'll sail back to the 45, and it was picked up, and that was very dangerous.
It bounced right at his feet, right up into his stomach. He had to grab it, and boy, they're lucky he did.
Colby Lavalnet was just able to grab that, and the Hillers offense will come back out.
2 minutes and 56
Boy, very, very, very dangerous play right there. He looked like he wanted to call for a fair catch possibly, and then he just let it bounce at his feet. But all's well that ends well.
If I was the Hillers, I would have just ran away from it.
I would too,
Wherever
yeah.
the ball's going,
Exactly.
you just go the other way. But a bit dangerous, but fortunately it worked out.
All's well that ends well.
The Hillers offense is ready to go.
Just
2
under
minutes,
3 minutes.
56 seconds left. And he's going to take the from the right side. Does not get very far. Brought down for a loss. And we have an injured Holliston player on the field. There's a
It
loss.
looked like a cramp.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Oh, he's right. He's up and
writhing
walking
around. He
now.
was writhing for a second. His buddy.
I was getting
stretched
nervous
his leg.
there. I looked serious for a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see it was just a cramp. 2nd and 12 for the Hillers. Litcher out of the gun. Takes the snap. Backpedals under pressure. Just gets rid of it. And it's caught along the left side by Carrazza. And he'll take it to midfield.
Carrazza with the catch.
That might have been the fastest I've ever seen Litcher get rid of the ball.
Yeah, he had to.
And complete a pass. That ends up being a pickup of about 7.
Third and about 5.
3rd and 5 to go from midfield.
1:45 to go here. Time is ticking away.
Litcher out of the gun with a back to his left. And he's going to take it himself, fighting his way up the middle, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. Did pick up 3 or 4 with forward progress. It looks like they're going to mark him for 3, so that'll be 2 yards short of the first down.
We've got a timeout for the Hillers, and Litcher's come limping off the field. He doesn't look good. Hopefully it's just a quick thing where it's just pain and it goes away.
Litcher took a lot of hits as he ran that up the
Yeah,
middle.
he sure did.
He did everything he absolutely could to stay on his feet there. And I think on that play, he said, that being such a crucial play in the game, he said, there's no way anyone else is getting this ball.
Right, I'm taking this ball. I'm doing it myself.
So 4th down and about 2 yards to go. If you're the Hillers, you got to
go for it here. Yeah,
I think so.
4 down territory. It's a minute and a half to go. You'll never get the ball back.
They will more than likely indeed go for this. With 1:27 left to go. It'll be interesting to see what the play call is here. You know Holliston's going to stack the front and be ready for any type of run. Here we go.
Holliston fans on their feet, and so are the Hopkinton fans.
Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Carrazza in the backfield.
We got a flag.
And we have a flag. This is going to be crucial regardless of who it's on. It's going to be against Holliston. First down, Hillers. A false start against Holliston, and that'll give the Hillers a first down. Wow.
Must have been on the far side. It was difficult to see any movement, but it must have been a hard count that Litcher gave her that was really effective.
Well, that relieves the stress a little bit.
A little bit, yep.
You still have to work quickly here. Only a minute 27 left to go.
Right. There's not a lot of time left and a lot of yardage for them to gain to get there.
Back out to the huddle goes Litcher. The TVL title on the line. Who's going to take it?
And they really got to manage the clock well here.
Litcher out of the gun. Stack receivers to his right. Carrazza in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking to throw the screen. He'll throw up the middle. It's incomplete.
Looks like their feet got tangled up.
Intended target was Braden Hicks. He seems to be limping a little bit and grabbing at his hand. He's a little shooken up. He landed hard trying to catch that ball. And correction, that was Paul Litcher, the intended target.
Yeah, it looked like he got his feet tangled up with the defender and went down pretty hard.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line.
We're down to a minute 20 here.
Right now you have to worry about just getting some yards here and some forward progress.
We got a timeout here.
Yeah, there's confusion, and that is not what you wanted to do with only a minute 20 left.
You had the clock stopped, but you got to make sure your players are on the same page, and they clearly weren't.
Well, Seamus Murphy was looking at the sideline and kind of put his hands up, and that is a tough timeout to take.
Mr. Doyle, truly bright green.
Hopefully they'll get it all straightened out here. And I do want to mention, tonight before the game, you saw the ceremony to honor the great Aubrey Doyle. Aubrey Doyle contributed so much to the Hopkinton community and the Hiller athletic program. He spent 35 years at Hopkinton High School. He worked as a math teacher, coached football, basketball, baseball. Coached through the late 70s into the early 70s, and he was the athletic director for 20-plus years.
Yeah, one of the gyms is named after him as well.
That is correct. And he is a Hopkinton High School Hall of Famer. Litcher out of the gun. Petruni in motion, takes the snap, and he is going to hand it off, and it's going to be some good deception here, but Murphy not going to get where he wanted to go, able to pick up about 3 or 4.
He did get out of bounds, though, which is important.
All right.
Once he realized that he wasn't going to get the yardage he needed, he fought for the sideline.
Ball is marked on the 38.
3rd and 7. So I think you're in desperate times here if you don't convert. You going for the long field goal.
Let's wait till after this play.
we're getting there.
I got to think about that for a while. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Peraza in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looks up the middle, throws up the middle, and it's caught! And that's going to be a first down!
Well, we'll never have to worry about whether or not they would kick that field goal.
That's what I was hoping for.
Me too.
Sam Pantera corrals that in. A big gain there. Ball is marked at the 26-yard line. Pick up of about 12.
Clock's running under a minute now.
Under a minute left to go. They get right back up to the line. Litcher going to line it up out of the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off. Carrazza getting the call, cuts to the near side, trying to get out of bounds, and he will not get out of bounds before being brought down by Brad Andriola.
And we got a timeout, Hillers.
Not much of a gain on the play. And you're getting to the point where you have to start maybe taking some shots upfield towards the end zone.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that play call. They're on the left hash mark, and they call it, sweep to the right, where even the sideline is too far away. They're not getting the yards, and they can't even get out of bounds. They got to work the clock. So that's probably a play call I don't agree with necessarily.
Right, and they gave him no gain on the play.
Yeah, and they had to call a timeout.
Well, I think what he was hoping for is that edge would open up and he'd be able to fight his way forward.
Well, sure, but then you're still fighting the the clock not stopping.
Right. I think you have to think pass here.
Yeah.
37 seconds left, 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. It all comes down to this. Wally, regardless of what happens, what a tremendous game it's been.
Great game. A lot of back and forth. We've seen all kinds of stuff happen with the 10 yards taken away from the Hillers by the refs.
Litcher out of the gun, Carrazza in the backfield. Motion right to left. Takes the snap, throws the screen, and it's going to go nowhere. Brought down for a loss, Seamus Murphy, and that hurts. They have to get right back up to the line.
27 seconds here.
They're marked all the way back at the 32. That was a loss of 6. And they're going to snap it. Litcher throws up the left side, incomplete.
All right, so now you're at 13 seconds.
Intended target, Charlie Petruni.
So now I think you have to go for it. I think you have to go for the field goal, but they're not going to. He's got a big leg. I'd use it.
He does, but it's still a very long distance. And it's about, I want to say, a 47-yard field goal.
The Hiller players want to kick it.
I think they're trying to convince.
Yeah, they're
going to kick it. They're going to go for the field goal.
I think you have to at this point. And if he misses it, I don't think it's the wrong play. But
no, I agree. This is your best chance.
Oh, flag! We got a flag down.
Well, that might change things. If this is against Hopkinton, that's going to take you out of field goal range. And it will. It looks like it's going to be
For 5 yards.
a delay game. Or
Yep.
Delay game. They took too long.
Oh, and they're taking him off the field.
Yeah, that's too long now. I mean, that would have been almost 45, 46-yard field goal. Now you're looking at a 50-yard field goal. Way too long.
That's a killer.
Well, the best you can hope for here, well, actually, you need a first down. It's fourth down, but you got to just take a big shot up.
They only have time for one play.
Right. Well, here we go. Could be the final play of the game right here. Litcher out of the gun. Motion left to right. Takes the snap. And he's brought down. And that is going to end the game. Hillers have no timeouts left, and the clock's going to run out. And Holliston's going to hang on for the 21-19 win.
It actually probably should be 5 seconds left in the game at turnover on downs. But that's a rough one.
Rough way to lose for the Hillers.
And we talked about their difficulty with managing the clock with not much time to go, and unfortunately that really reared its head right there at the end of the game.
Well, a couple of costly mistakes in the first half certainly played a factor in this game as well. But the Holliston Panthers able to take advantage of those couple of Hiller mistakes and get some momentum going offensively in the second half. And that 2-point conversion was the ultimate difference, and they're able to take the win 21-19. The Holliston Panthers, you got to congratulate them. They are going to be the TVL Large champions, but certainly a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah,
for
it
the
really
Hillers.
was. It's a shame. It was a great game. Yeah, just a razor-thin edge of between victory and defeat there for the Hillers. They really could have won it. They had a couple of difficult plays that really set them back. The inadvertent touching on the punt, even the 10-yard discrepancy in yards at one point. Just a tough one. And then difficulty managing the clock down the stretch.
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of the critics and skeptics out there, they used to say the Holliston Panthers are in a league of their own when it comes to the TVL Large. I think tonight the Hillers did prove they are right there with the Holliston Panthers.
Yeah, they gave Holliston everything they could handle.
They certainly did, but it was a tremendously well-played game by the Hillers, and it's unfortunate they have to lose here tonight just because of how well they played, especially on the defensive side of the ball. What a game they played out there tonight. They really did leave it all on the field.
Yeah, we mentioned some of the mistakes, but that they really, like you said, it shouldn't take away from how good they played. They really did play a great game, probably the best game I've seen them play all season, even though they've won other ones. This one, they really played a really good team and played them very well.
They certainly did. Well, we're not going to say it's definite because the brackets haven't come out yet, but they likely won't get a playoff spot, but you never know. Perhaps some things happen to push them up in the rankings, but more than likely with the loss here tonight, they'll be playing some non-playoff games, but we will certainly have coverage for you of all the home games they will be playing going forward. But Wally, before we wrap it up, any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I thought I just aired them all out. Like they played very well, played a really well game. Too bad they lost such a close game. The teams were very well matched up.
Absolutely, and I would love to see these two teams meet up again. I think it could be a different result. I think if you just avoided those costly mistakes, you would have won this game.
Yeah,
but
I think so too.
It is what it is, but it was a tremendous ball game to watch, an instant classic. And again, congratulations to the Holliston Panthers on a victory well-deserved here tonight. But that is going to wrap it up for us, for our crew, John Ritz and Mike Terosian, my broadcast partner, Wally Henneberry. I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Football on HCAM. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk to you again soon. Have a good weekend, everybody, and good night.